It's a beautiful morning here in Lyndhurst. It's time to say goodbye, Ute, and hello, adventure. See you in a week. Aha! Finally it starts. We got rid of the tar. There's dirt from here on for the next week. I'm now the lowest person in Australia, standing on Lake Eyre. Incredible. The salt just goes out there for miles. It's been a long day. Come all the way up from William Creek by the Udnadatta track, turned off to Mount Dare, pulled up with fuel, grabbed a couple of takeaway beers, and now I've come back down to Dalhousie Springs. The shadows are getting long, I'm getting a bit tired, looking forward to having a rest and a bit of a swim. All the same, it's still beautiful countryside around.
So this is Dalhousie Springs. Naturally occurring spring. You can see the steam coming up off the water in the cool morning. It's up to 38 degrees in there. Perfect for a swim. Down one end it's quite hot where the spring comes out and it cools as you go down to the other end. The sun is yet to come up. There's been some very pretty pink cloud this morning. Time for a dip.
Well, here we are, just about to leave Dalhousie Springs, head out into the Simpson. As the sign says, remote desert wilderness, no habitation or services for the next 450 k's. Blah, 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 blah. Let's give it a go. This is fairly typical clay pan. There's a sign up ahead telling us that we're at the start of the dunes. I'll just let the tyres down to not much and a bit less. Now I'm ready to hit some sand. Oh, a little bit too quick over that one. We've come to the intersection of the French line, which goes up there to the left, with the start of the Rig Road going out to the right. French line continues straight through pretty much to the corner of the three states and is the main route that most people take. I'm going to take the Rig Road and then head down on the WAA line, as it was quite pretty when we did it a couple of years ago. The sand is really very easy. It's well worn, being late in the season for travellers. So the wheel tracks are quite defined, hard packed. Pretty much you can go along at any speed you like. In fact, it's an absolute joy. Well, Dad, I reckon this is Lexus Hill. That's where I stuck the tent last year. Down here is where the car got stuck. Don't know why, doesn't seem that hard. I know it's our hill, because down the bottom here I can see the tear stains of two grown men. That was a hell of a morning, wasn't it? Now notice the dunes have crept up on me a bit. They're definitely harder than they were early on. They're longer, softer, and especially going down the other side to the east. They're a little hairy. Got to be very focused still. The sand wants to grab the front wheel and turn it all over the place, so you've got to balance that. You've got to accelerate against the sand. Try and keep the weight off the front a bit. Shit. That was loose. They got these big bloody downhill dunes. Fuck. Hard work.
End of the first day. Haven't quite got as far as I wanted to, but it's going well. Ran out of energy a bit more than anything else, so I may end up staying out 2 nights. Anyway, time for some luxuries. I've got 1 tin of beer, some chocolate, and a book, so I think I'll be right. Cheers.
Been riding for 15 minutes so far. It's quite different than the other side of the desert. The sand is yellow to white, so it's not as old as the red of the other side. And there've been quite a few places where the dunes have been very small, but up and down and left and right, and actually more work than the big dunes, because there hasn't been a respite in between to just sit down for a few seconds, catch your breath before you hit the next one. Been back on the French line for a little while now, heading towards Popal Corner, where the 3 states meet.
This is Popal's Corner, where the 3 states meet. So ahead of us, South Australia. I'm standing in the Northern Territory, and the bike is mostly in Queensland. Going to have a bit of a bite to eat now and a rest, and then we head roughly north, and then onto the QAA line, which leads towards Birdsville.
Oh, how good is this? Woohoo! Left Popal Corner, heading up north, running along the clay pan. Fantastic. Go as fast as you like. Awesome. Oh, it's so nice after all those sand dunes. Okay, started the QAA line, which leads to Birdsville. Dunes are different again, a lot longer than before, fairly soft, so quite a bit of work. Going to be a bit of a slog for this last 150 k's into Birdsville. Yeah, see just how long that dune is to come down. We start to get into the countryside where the dunes are further apart but taller. getting near the end of the QAA line. The trip is across the desert is almost over. And this afternoon's riding has just been brilliant. It's been so fast. The bike is light now, less fuel, less water and food, and it just does whatever I want. Yeah, it's been some of the best riding I've ever done this afternoon. Really enjoyable. Just the two of you? Just one of me? Alright. So that's it. That's the end of the Simpson Desert. Yeah, it's just an easy 30k run into Birdsville. What a sight for sore eyes. Good old Birdsville. Here's the start of the Birdsville track. Birdsville track is really just a great big gravel highway. Gets a bit stony in places, but 500 k's of pretty easy riding.